Hey, everybody! We're going to get right to today's show in just a couple of seconds. Just that. We're sharing the links right now for everybody to come in and take part. So just bear with me for a few minutes longer. And without further ado, we're going to get into today's session here in a second. Oh,
Last Friday, something
did happen insane. It was this link right here. Have a look at what this has got here. Just give me a second, guys. We'll get right into today's session. We'll do the count in.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to another edition of SHIB Worldwide 50/50 Raffle. Woo! And we're going to kick things off with this little article we found just yesterday. Isn't this amazing that Ethereum now is realizing that they're getting bought out by BlackRock, Crypto.com, Binance, and Robinhood, and Gate.io and OKX. They are literally scrambling right now to find out whether or not they're going to be able to turn things around for Ethereum, because Ethereum is realizing that they're losing so much market cap by the lower price of SHIB. So there's a couple things that are going to happen in the next little while, within the next few days. Either Ethereum is going to surrender and bow down to Crypto.com, bow down to OKX, bow down to Robinhood and BlackRock and Binance, or they're going to fight back by buying back their market share. Now, there's a couple things that's going to happen. Either Binance is going to reduce a crap load of SHIB so that it prevents them from obtaining any more SHIB from Ethereum, and then make a count to counter offer and start buying up massive amounts of SHIB. And BlackRock is going to be doing the exact same thing, and same thing with Robinhood and OKX, because they have so much supply on hand, they can't afford to have it stolen from them at this price. So everybody who's paying attention, please pay attention very carefully, because what's going to happen in the next couple of days is going to make SHIB explode. Either way, they're going to have to do something about it. If Vladimir Buterin surrenders it, that means that 4 or 5 or 9 or 10 exchanges are going to be in a bidding war to buy out SHIB supply. So I want to keep you in mind of that. Okay, so that's what is going on right now, and the reason why the price is falling is because of manipulation. Um, they see weakness. When companies see weakness, what do? They swarm in and start buying up as much supply as they can, and they do it sneaky. Okay, they are extremely sneaky on how they're doing it. If you looked at the accounts, here I'll show you what is going on. You're not going to believe your eyes when you see this. Okay, now that article, we'll get into that article a little later, but yeah. Okay, I'm going to refresh this because this is not refreshed. Okay, you're seeing that right? That is Robinhood, 3.234 trillion SHIB bought in the last 36 hours. Okay, please keep that in mind, because what you're seeing right here is Binance moving 1 trillion SHIB off the exchange. Okay, not selling it, they're just moving it off the exchange. They haven't sold a thing. It's a false illusion. Okay, they're gearing up. All of these have to gear up now. OKX did move. People did move, or they moved. I'm not sure, off the exchange, or they sold it. I'm not sure what they've done, but it's going to be in their best interest to hold on to as much SHIB as they can possibly get their hands on, because it is going to get ugly, like extremely ugly, with these exchanges. Because if Ethereum jumps in, it is going to be a very bullish sign for SHIB. Okay, if they decide to jump into the race, the rat race, and start taking market capital away from Binance or OKX, or they come up with a deal, it is going to be massive for both parties involved. So right now, it looks like it's only 6, 7 possibilities of the exchanges. Now that could change in a heartbeat if the other exchanges feel threatened, um, like Gate.io, Bitflyer, if they start to realize that I'm going to miss out on something. So they're going to have to buy it from the exchanges. Now they're going to have to buy it on the open market from Ethereum. If Ethereum says, no, we're not going to be able to keep up with you, we can't compete, because right now they can't, and they're losing so much market share from all these other exchanges that are just buying it and then selling it on their exchanges. So I'm actually stunned that Solana, Dot, uh, XRP haven't jumped all in on SHIB, because it's going to get, like I said, it's going to get nasty, like completely, utterly nasty. Uh, there's just too much supply. No, just too much, too many exchanges, and they're all going to have to compete to get SHIB's market share. Now, that market share is in the millions, guys. $314 million traded in the last 24 hours. I'm going to say it again, $314 million. That's a crap load of money. And Ethereum isn't making money off of it. So who's making the money? Robinhood, Binance, and Crypto.com. Those are the 3 making the most money. If you look at the exchange rates and see who's making the money, because that's what we do, right? We follow the money. Everybody follow the money. Here, I'll share this link. Binance is at the top. That's not millions. That's billions. Billions with a B. 72. Last 24 hours. 72 billion. 320 million dollars in the last 24. And this is light volume. Light volume, guys. $320 million traded just on SHIB alone. Who wants to lose that market share? A portion of it, 10% of that market share is an enormous amount of money that's inflowing into each of the exchanges. They don't want to lose that money that's coming in. Nobody wants to lose that money coming in. I'm shocked Bybit isn't buying SHIB. I'm shocked Coinbase isn't buying enormous amount of SHIB. OKX should be buying enormous amount of SHIB. Upbit should be buying enormous amount of SHIB. They're not even in the top 5, right? These OKXs, but not Upbit, BitGet, Kraken, Qcoin. They're nowhere near the top 5. MEXC, HTX, Bitfinex, Gate.io. Gate.io is in the top 7, but not the top 5. Okay, so BingX, Crypto.com they are a massive holder of SHIB. So there's no way that they're going to sell out to Ethereum. Ethereum is going to try and buy it all back. So that's what I'm saying to you. We are in the cusp of watching SHIB just explode because these exchanges are losing so much market cap. They're all going to want a piece of the pie. There's no way. And right now, SHIB is at low volume. Imagine when it picks up in value and volume. It is going to be astronomical. And these exchanges have built their fundamentals around SHIB because of the amount of inflows that they are seeing. And you know what the inflows are? Your catalysts. And who make up your catalyst? Anybody? Who makes up the catalyst for SHIB? You do. All the wallet holders make up the catalyst. You are the catalyst for SHIB. Every single one of you that's out there, you make up the catalyst for SHIB. You don't want to believe me, but that's the truth of it. You are the catalyst. Right now, we're at 1,491,740. We are literally 9,000 wallets away from hitting 1.5 million, 150 million. 1,500,000. How's that sound? 1,500,000. So we're like literally 9,000. And here's the best part. They have no idea. The world has no idea of the amount that is going to be spent to gain market share. If you own SHIB, you have an enormous amount of power. Ethereum lost that power once they started selling it at a lower price than what is available. So right now, SHIB is so cheap. The exchanges are trying to gain as much of SHIB as they possibly can get their hands on. And it's going to start a bidding war. Now, I don't know when that bidding war is going to start, but by the looks of it, it's gearing up already. It's already started. And Ethereum right now would have to make arrangements with Binance, and they're going to buy it probably double where it's at right now. If they're trying to make arrangements, that's why it's not going to be an arrangement, because if they try and do that, what's going to happen is I don't think it's going to happen because they're going to try and buy it for as little as possible. All the exchanges want to buy SHIB for as little as possible with the biggest amount of return to capital as they can get their hands on. And right now, the exchanges, all they're trying to do is lower those fees for their clients, for you and I, so that we would buy SHIB on their exchange. But they don't want you buying it at this price. They want you buying it at a higher price. The premium is where they make their money. So if, for instance, you're going to see some massive burns in the next little while because these exchanges realize that less supply, higher demand. That drives the price up. So then you have Ethereum that's reducing SHIB circulating supply, Binance reducing SHIB circulating supply, Robinhood reducing circulating supply, because they don't want these other exchanges to be able to touch it. They don't want them near it. So if they lower the supply, that means that they have less chance of getting enough SHIB that's going to make a damn bit of difference. And the only way to reduce the supply isn't burn what they own, is to burn what you own, what they own. That's what they're going to be trying to do. They're going to try and buy it and then burn it. Almost insane that way. Now they get to write that off on a year, saying that they lost more than what they gained. And that's exactly what they're going to try and do. That's goodwill, by the way. Okay, they say that it's property, but it is property. I'm trading something of I bought it at a greater value and I sold it at a lesser value, and that's how they're going to pawn it off. So it becomes a goodwill tax. The other way to do it is to capital gains loss or a donation. So by donating SHIB to the reduction is actually a benefit to them too, but they can't write the whole thing off unless they do massive amounts of it, 20%, 30% of the revenue. Then they could do it. Then they could write off the whole thing. They might just do that. It depends on what's going on. But anyway, that starts the bidding war. Okay, guys, so that you understand what's going on. You want me to go back to the article and go through the article? Now, this is CMC uh, pre-sales. Okay, just so you know what the article is coming from. Market sentiment was mixed over the weekend following a launch of Donald Trump's meme coin, the Trump. On the other hand, the token launched solidified Trump's pro crypto stance and onboard more users of crypto on crypto to crypto. Okay, so what does this mean when this was announced? It actually doesn't mean a whole lot because it wasn't through Trump. Trump's not allowed to take bipartisan factors into account for doing this. So it has nothing to do with Trump. I can honestly say that because if he had anything to do with it, they would have asked for his resignation already from Congress, from the the chairs. They would have asked for his to bring. Yeah, big shout out to Prince. Big shout out to Jason Cox. Big shout out to Babe Channel. Big shout out Prince. Yeah, bring it on the nasty. Okay, so that's the nasty part of it. It's going to get nasty. It's no simple way. It's like anything that starts with a war, financially, is just that. It's Vladimir Buterin finally realizing what SHIB is after all this time, after he'd done 410 trillion burn, that he's starting to, okay, I'm losing market capitalization to these sons of guns for buying it so low. And that's why it's so low, is because of what's going on with the exchanges. Exchanges are trying to buy it for nothing, like literally nothing. They want it for nothing. So I told you guys about this before. Once it starts, you're starting to see certain patterns unfold. Those patterns are starting to unfold, and you're starting to see that in a big, massive way. Did we sell any tickets? Okay, so like we're way behind on everything. Let's see the ticket forecast. So we're at 23:46. We are exactly 4 minutes behind schedule. Okay, so we'll go into, we had 0 visitors yesterday and 0 visitors today. So chances of us selling tickets, I can honestly say, are very scarce. People don't want SHIB to go up. That's the bottom line, guys. Sorry, but that's the bottom line. If people want a SHIB to go up, you know what you have to do? You have to promote. Promoting means what? Getting out there, saying, come to the website, check out the website. If there's something we need to change on the website, let's change it. Let's make it happen, right? Someone don't like the way the layout is, okay, no problem. It's not educational enough. It doesn't affect enough people. Well, we can change that. What do you want me to change on it? A lot of people, 5 people out of the entire world, I don't know how they got it anyway, they asked them if a raffle would be something that they'd be interested in. Most people said, Jason, you can vouch for this. Most people said in Tennessee, in Florida, you can't host a raffle without contacting the State Department or the Justice Department of the county and of the municipalities to host a 50-50 raffle. This has nothing to do with your country, though. This has to do with SHIB currency. So If they try to stipulate that SHIB isn't a currency, we would argue that if it isn't a currency, why is there a problem? And if it is a currency, then wouldn't you be subjected to the rules and regulations of each country's bylaw to even have an event? So then you're over stipulating your rules of conduct. SHIB is SHIB. You have to buy it in SHIB. You get it rewarded in SHIB. If it's not a currency, it's a what? Anybody? Anybody know? It is called an imaginary currency. Okay? So you're fighting an imaginary number associated with a currency that you have no control or have no understanding of. So again, your stipulations are that you don't want to host, you can't host it because it's not within your realm of understanding. Okay, so you absolutely make no sense. Okay, so that's the whole concept of SHIB 50/50 raffle. Is why we can do it worldwide. Zero governance, guys. Zero governance. We don't have to go to anybody, say anything, or do anything. We are completely on our own. Okay, so just so you're aware, we are legit. We're 100% legit. You can't. This raffle is actually better than any raffle in the world. That's hands down a fact. A fact. Why? How could I say that? Well, you have to have a trustee. I have a trustee. You have to have members to keep you honest. We do that. We do that because we're doing it live. If you can't get any more honest. You can't get any more transparent if it's done live. Everything we do is done live. You get rewarded, it's live. And it goes to a wallet, and that wallet has a name associated with it. We only share the first part of that name. If the guy wants or if the girl wants their name or him or her or whatever you want to call yourselves, um, we won't get associated with that because it's just ridiculous. We'll just say, ladies and gentlemen, whatever that award is, that's what you get. And then the name that you want to be called. If you want to be called anything, you'll let us know in the comments because we'll send out once you get rewarded. Remember, right after we reward you and you get your money, as soon as it says pending on your end, we're good to go with the burn. Okay, so that's exactly what we plan on doing. Exactly, Jason. Thank you so much for pointing that out, and thanks for appreciation of the short videos. Yeah, well, I was trying to do something that was educational so that people would catch on to it right away because I know that we have what is it, Prince? 134 pages for the rules and conditions. The reason why we have so many pages on rules and conditions is because we are a cryptocurrency raffle. Okay, so we have a bit more to go over than a regular raffle. Yeah, 132. Thank you. 132 pages, exactly. It's a lot to cover, right? And it's very dry. Majority of it's, I would say 90% of it is legal, right? Legalities, so that we want to protect ourselves. We want to protect the people that are taking part in the raffle. We also want to make sure that everybody understands what the raffle means, right? What does a raffle mean? It means something to provide you with enough information that you're not left in the dark. We even talk about exchanges on here. We don't promote exchanges. We know that there's certain exchanges that are better than others, only because they've been around longer and what they're associated with. So every coin that you see or exchange that says they're backed in gold, majority of them are full of it. Okay, they don't have a backing in gold, even though they say they do. They don't. Crypto.com is backed by the U.S. Congress. So just so you're aware, they are backed by the U.S. Congress. They are backed by the U.S. dollar. So if you looked at Crow and you went through the regulations, you go say, oh, Crow is Crypto.com. Crypto.com offers credit cards. Absolutely. They offer credit cards. They offer um, different credit cards too. There's different systematics of credit cards. You can even get a SHIB card, for heaven's sakes, in Crypto.com. Go figure, right? And I wonder who's going to be starting that bidding war. Probably, I would think Crypto.com would be part of that mess. And they're not going to take it lying down because of the amount of SHIB they own and that they're still accumulating. So, You got Binance still accumulating, and you got Robinhood stealing it from them. I mean, way to go, Jason. You're in Robinhood, right? And you know for a fact your fees are like next to nothing. And you know who's responsible for that, right? You don't think that pisses off Leonard Buterin? Like, come on. He was making $5 to $10 on a transaction just for moving SHIB from one wallet to another wallet. $10, my friend. That's what he was making before. Now he's making 50 cents, and now he still can't compete. He's having a hell of a time trying to compete with Robinhood, Binance. Like, this is awesome, right? When you think about it, this is awesome because you know damn well he's going to have to do something serious, or he's just going to sell it um, to um, to Binance. He's well, and he's not going to want to take it laying down either. He's going to want it. He's going to want some repercussions on royalties, but he can't push royalties in a cryptocurrency world. It's almost impossible. Uh, how the hell would you do that? Because all of these exchanges are they going to tell the truth about how many transactions that they do with SHIB? When you looked at Binance, there's $72 billion worth of transactions on Binance today. You think, and SHIB's only got 320 million transactions. That's not even half, not even a quarter, not even a tenth. So they don't have to say squat. It would be up to Ethereum to do the research on it. I guarantee you that Ethereum is not going to take this laying down. There's no way they're going to take this laying down. Either they're going to come out and use Ethereum, which I'm predicting. I don't like predictions, but I'm going to come out and say it that Ethereum is going to try and gain market cap by using SHIB as the gas fees on Ethereum. And then they're going to reduce half the circulating supply of every single transaction that's done on their platform. Then what's going to happen is Binance and Robinhood are going to counter, and God knows what they're going to counter with because Robinhood's already cheap. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen, but it's going to be fun, and we're going to have a lot of fun making a lot of money and making a lot of people really happy to be here. I mean it. It's going to be epic, right? And it's going to be a lot of fun for everybody. Everybody who doesn't like to make money. Come on, guys. Who doesn't like to make money? And this is you're right in the right category at the right time for this to happen, and it's going to be just phenomenal because not only do you have Binance, Robinhood, Crypto.com, OKX, HTX, Gate.io, Qcoin. I think it's Qcoin or Kraken. Qcoin. Qcoin's in there, but they're not in there enough. But if they start to see that 300 to 400 million dollars is being stolen from them, they're going to start to think, wait a second, that's a lot of money to be sitting there and just let it fly to somebody else. They're going to want to take part in it. It's just a no-brainer, right? When you think about it, here you have 5 or 6 coins that are going to be fighting over SHIB, trying to gain market capitalization, and then there's nobody else going to want to join in when they find out how much money that they're going to miss out on. No, this is going to be awesome. It's just too many things going on right now, and it's just starting to cycle and stimmer. Right? It's the calm before the storm kind of thing. That's why it's going to get nasty because you're going to get all these organizations trying to get in. Well, not organizations, exchanges trying to get into SHIB, and they'll be trying to get in and reduce the circulating supply at the same time so that it steals market share away from those industries. I honestly can't see Vlad Buterin saying, I'm done. We'll just sell it off to. I just can't see him doing it. I'm probably pretty sure that he's going over his board of directors to see what they could do to increase the reduction in SHIB circulating supply as we speak. Because reducing the circulating supply means that they will have to drive the price up in order to take that market share away from others. If not, what's going to happen is it's going to continue to drop and make it more affordable for those other exchanges to come in. So it's it's a huge draw in for the whole SHIB community, actually. So we could see an explosion in the new holders coming into SHIB too, because now they're starting to see every single SHIB is being taken away from them at a lower price, and it could drive demand. Um, if the word gets out quick enough. Because I'm thinking within the next 24 to 48 hours. No, no, no. It will happen in the next 24 to 48 hours from now. So before the weekend, you're probably looking at an explosion on Sunday when everything is selling off. You're probably looking at an explosion on Sunday, probably around the morning period. I'm thinking around 2 o'clock in the morning, as the markets open up in UK, because Binance is going to start their. Once they find out what Ethereum is going to do, they're going to counter, and then Robinhood's going to counter them. BlackRock's going to counter them. Okay, so and then Crypto.com isn't going to lay down and suffer the consequences either. They're going to do the exact same thing. They're going to try and get in as much SHIB as they can possibly get their hands on, at the lowest possible price they can get their hands on. That's key number one. And for them to actually work together, I don't think it's possible. I honestly don't think it's possible, because there's no one going to let you have that much money. Okay, I'm willing to give you a royalty. These no. This is cutthroat. That's why it's going to get nasty. It's all cutthroat. It's all how much money you can obtain as quickly as possible for these organizations. Because there's no way they're going to let that kind of money slip through their fingers. It's like, because once it starts, it's going to be in the millions and then the billions in transactions just on SHIB alone. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. Anyway, we didn't sell any tickets for the 50/50 raffle. So of course, with that being said, we do it kick over for the next 24 hours, right, guys? So you know what that means? Another 24-hour period that we didn't sell any tickets. And once the raffle takes place, this is what we love, right? We love this, because just as things are getting kicked off towards the raffle, so that the raffle is going to start bringing in more and more people, and to sell tickets eventually, we'll sell tickets, and there's literally no supply left, because it's held on all the exchanges trying to make their buck, and then they're trying to make sure that no one buys it from SHIB Worldwide 50/50 Raffle, the tickets. The reason why they want to stop it is because if we're reducing it, that drives the price up. And they're holding all this SHIB, but they're holding it to sell to the people. And then there's less supply of it to sell to the people. It drives the price even further up. And then they don't know what to do with themselves, because now the market share starts to go down, right? As it climbs. But they're holding all this SHIB, so they shouldn't care, because as long as SHIB is going up in value and in price, they shouldn't care. But I think what they're worried about is that they're going to lose that market share as it's being reduced, because it takes away from what they're potentially getting, right? Because once you buy a ticket, half of it's gone already. Does it make sense? So if you had 262 cents worth, Jason, if you have 62 cents worth, it's now 31 cents. That's going straight to the reduction wallet, and no one gets it, right? And that's how you lose market share. Then I think that's what they're worried about, especially at a lower price, because at a lower price, there's actually less tickets we can sell, because there's more tickets available that are got more SHIB associated with it. Have you noticed that when the price goes down? Like right now we're at 17, that's 30,000 SHIBs. If it goes down, it goes 39,000 SHIBs. That's even less supply. If we go down even further than that, like toward the 15, 16, 4016, 4015, all of a sudden you start to realize, hey, wait a second, how come there's less tickets available? Because each of the tickets now is almost double where it was before. So you have less supply of tickets. So you don't have to sell as many tickets to make a huge impact in SHIB circulating supply. Exactly. So if we go down we drop another zero, right? You're talking like 5 billion 5 billion tickets. Like, are you kidding me? Wow. Because your market cap is around 4 billion. So the amount of tickets we can sell is, yeah, 5 billion tickets. That's all we have. And then 250 billion, oh no, 2.5 billion is half the supply. That means the other half goes to who? It goes to the winner, or win. It would be the winners, and they get all the SHIB supply. And I think that's what's going to scare even more people, because that would mean that if it keeps going down, it's no benefit to them if it gets reduced, because all of a sudden that market cap is gone, and they want those inflows, that high inflow, so it drives into more demand for people to buy it. But if it starts reducing too much too fast, it doesn't give them the opportunity to come back and still try to buy it and then maintain their market capitalization on it. Because right now, all of them are benefiting from it because of the amount of supply that there is. But as soon as all of these exchanges start to realize it, it's not going to be very much. If you think about it, 20 trillion, sorry. If every single exchange were to try and get 20 trillion right now, when you're looking at the first five massive holders of SHIB, there's like literally no way you're going to get 25 of them trying to buy SHIB. There's just not enough supply, because majority of 23, I think it's 23 or 26% is held by the top five wallet holders. Like, that's insane. And India is still sitting on 35 trillion. So you got to keep that in mind too, right? India is still sitting on 35 trillion. And that has not moved since day one, since it was given to them. So that is the amazing part. 5 trillion was used to help out the relief, and then they kept 35 trillion on the books, and they haven't touched it since. They haven't even acquired any more. That's serious, guys. That's massive, because if you're holding it, you're also adding value to it. That's the trick. Everybody who's trying to sell it, buy it, resell it, buy it, this 35 trillion is stagnant, is being used for nothing, just sitting there. No one's trading it, no one's selling it, no one's buying anymore. So what does that mean? That adds value to SHIB, because no one is using it. Exactly. So when will they start using it, and who's going to be buying it? Well, you can bet that Binance is probably talking to India. Um, OKX is probably talking to India. Who else would be? It's not crypto.com, because crypto.com doesn't have India. It's L Banks. Um, and L Banks is not even listed on the top 100 wallet holders. So they're out. Who else would it be? OKX. OKX could be. Also, another one talking to India. And Gate.io would be talking to India too, because they got their foot in the door there too. So, just so that you're aware of what's going on, I thought I'd point that out. Okay, so I'm going to say good night to everybody, and thanks. God bless each and every one of you. Thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I hope it was informative. Um, we we talked about a little bit about what was going on. We did talk about certain things, but I think this has been more of an educational part of it, like we promised. So massive shout out to Prince, massive shout out to Jason, massive shout out to Babe's channel, massive shout out to Ethan M, Jason M, massive shout out to Leah, Gabriel, massive shout out to Jonathan. Who was the other one that we had on? Michael. Massive shout out to Michael. Uh, Disclosure. Massive shout out to him. We didn't cover Gary Networks. I know that that's one of his things. Uh, but everything's taking a little bit of a beating today. And SHIB is about to take off. Because Vladimir Buterin is just pissed that he's losing market share. And how do I know that? It was mentioned on X. And it was mentioned in that article. I believe it was mentioned in this article. DTX exchange, next big thing. Ethereum. Here it is. Here, I'll show you this link. Okay, Ethereum, 4% weekly decline. No mistake, right? The second largest cryptocurrency market size and disappointing week. Tumbled, retested 3,100. 4% decline on a weekly chart. The downswing can be linked to the declining DeFi activity and growing interest in Solana blockchains. Not only that, but because of Binance buying an enormous amount of SHIB and then selling it on their exchange, bypasses Ethereum's gas fees. And it's just starting to take effect. And of course, when you start dipping your fingers and taking somebody's piece of a pie and you didn't ask for it, you're going to get slapped, right? Well, I'm sure Vladimir Putin's doing his math and running the numbers and wondering how much SHIB he's going to buy back from these sons of guns in order for him to compete at the level that they're competing at. Because if he doesn't, he's going to lose his market share of one of the strongest currencies in the world. And losing out on SHIB is a massive, massive disappointment when it's him that basically founded it, gave birth to it, and then deployed it. And that's his baby. So you know damn well when something's your baby, you want to make sure you nurture it. Right? Shiba Inu, the comeback is near. The leading Ethereum meme coin, right? Make sure you understand that SHIB is actually on Ethereum network. Yeah, these exchanges have to buy it off of Ethereum to gain it. No, they don't. They just got to buy it from you, the people selling it. They don't have to go to Ethereum to buy it. They do, however, have to buy it from people. And once they buy it from you, they get to sell it and buy it on their exchange at will because they have no problem gaining the popularity to sell SHIB and hold it on their exchanges. It's as simple as that. Once Ethereum gets too backed up with their blockchain, the fees go through the roof. And because of what happened in 2021, that's what they're afraid of is going to happen again. So they don't want to pay $100 to $200 on Ethereum gas fees when they could be selling it and trading it at 10 cents, 20 cents on the dollar. I mean, it's just, would you want to pay $200 in gas fees to just trade SHIB? Hell no. If I can do it for 20 cents on the dollar, sign me up, right? And that's exactly what's going on. So just so that you know. Anyway, everybody have a great and wonderful evening. This was Will, your host, talking about SHIB Worldwide 50/50 Raffle, about what is expected in the next little while. I'm just waiting for the shoe to drop or the axe to fall to see exactly which side of the fence this is going to land on. But I think it's going to get just bizarre. I'm pretty sure that every exchange is going to be out of the woodwork buying up SHIB. And if you don't understand what's going on, you are going to miss out on massive gains. And someone's going to sell it way too early. I know that for a fact. I just hope it's not one of you. That's all. I hope we kept you informed enough that know what's going on. Anyway, Will, your host, thank you very much for coming. Love yous all. Take good care. Have a great and blessed day. We'll see you tomorrow. Woo! Roughly around this time. Hopefully, we got better news for SHIB. Hopefully, we start to see this massive catalyst start to drive it forward. I hope that everybody gets in as soon as possible. No, that's the word of a lie. I want everybody to prosper. I don't want to leave anyone behind. This is just too big, too important for anyone to get left behind, right? This is going to be bigger than Trump's coin. Just so you have an understanding what's going to happen. It's just going to be massive. And it did, what was it, $20 million market cap before it tanked. and it's basically a pump and dump coin. It's got zero utility. It was just broadcasted by using the Trump name. But we're expected to go much, much higher, much, much bigger, much, much stronger than what they did, because we actually have a catalyst, which is you, the people in SHIB. And we actually have utility, the reduction of SHIB circulating supply. And if you don't believe me, all you got to do is go on and see for yourselves, right? SHIBburn.com. It's not mine. I didn't invent it. Vladimir Buterin invented it, okay? Somebody else broadcasted it so that everybody could see all the wallets being exchanged, all the wallets burning SHIB. So there's nothing. You can even go and look up to see which wallets are actually doing it from different organizations around the globe to see which wallet holders are actually reducing the reducing SHIB circulating supply. We'll get into that a little later on as time goes on. But yeah, thanks for coming. Have a great, wonderful week. We're gonna rock you out. Rock us out. Doo, 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 doo. Which one is better? Which one? God bless each and every one of you. Have a great, wonderful evening. I want to give a big shout out to everybody who comes in, takes part. Remember, the more that come in, the more they benefit. You can't lose. There's no such thing as losing. The only time you lose is when you sell it at a loss. And that's just ridiculous. Is anyone selling right now? You're just selling it to the exchanges. Because there's you already know. 1 trillion SHIB Binance took off their exchange. 3.2 trillion. Think about that. 3.2 trillion. Have any idea how much money that is that Robinhood just moved? Now, I told you before there's around 6 trillion that's off the market somewhere. That's not a lie. That actually moved off the market. So that's a massive number too. But we just saw 3 trillion come in, so we only got like 2.6, 2.7 trillion left. It's probably Robinhood that owns it. Just saying. It could also be Binance. It could also be crypto. And it could even be a smaller coin. It's a smaller exchange. I have no idea. And that would be a bombshell, because if that was the case, then that would be the Moo, one of those, or Bybit, or Bitmax, or Bitmart. CoinGreco. CoinGreco hasn't been talked about for a long time, guys. I don't know. Could even be them. Anyway, I'm Will, your host. Thanks for coming. Enjoy, everybody. Have a great, wonderful evening, like I said before. And we're going to party hard with the Shiba dance. Gearing up for the biggest show of your life, right? Multiple millions of dollars to be made. I hope we see a massive transition, and that would set a fireball to the rest of the community, and you'd watch it literally be on fire. And that's exactly where we want to see it go. This would be epic. You wouldn't be able to express it in words to drop 4 zeros. You'd just be like, how the hell did it do it so fast? Well, it didn't. It took 2.5 years for them to realize just how big it is. And that the rest of us never caught on to it, right? We tried to educate you as fast as humanly possible. That's what the Raffle was supposed to do. It's supposed to educate you to understand we don't have an unlimited supply of tickets available. Definitely limited supply of tickets available to you. So if you think it's unlimited, you got another thing coming. Like right now, I think we're at the amount of tickets that we could possibly sell. 19 billion tickets is the maximum that we can sell. And that is with 584 trillion tokens. That's not even including the tokens, the digital currency that's sitting in 55 trillion. 55 trillion? No. 35 trillion. 35 trillion take it off. Okay? And that's a massive number. So we took off 35 trillion because that's what's being held by India. Now, we don't know when India is going to release those or when they're planning on it to release those. But okay, guys, we're going to do the count. Ready? Jesus loves you. God bless each and every one of you. I wish you nothing but the best. I hope that you tell everybody, all your friends and family about SHIB. Even if they're not willing to listen to you, at least hear you out and hear what you have to say. Remember where you found the links for the educational tutorials. Thank you so much. And if I need to increase those tutorials, please let me know. And I'll be more than happy to address those. If you want, we can talk about which exchanges you're using and which ones you trust. But we don't want to go into to the political science of it, saying that this is absolutely, positively the best exchange to get your money's worth. Robinhood's a good one, but Robinhood isn't worldwide. It's only UK and USA. So the ones in UK is Binance, and they're all over Europe. Like even in Africa, Binance is the only place it hasn't is North America. It does business in Brazil, Colombia, Peru, Jamaica, the Gulf Islands, so Dominican Republic, Uganda, Mexico. But Mexico's got their own. MEXC is Mexico's. So that's their statute for their peso. So just so that you're aware of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good night. God bless. Till tomorrow. Cheers.